Oh, you came. Thank you for coming. It's been really good to get some Did you get some audience reaction? What did you think of the show? What did you think of the situation in Gaza? Just a little, so we can, for the next time we do it, we can use
with the help of Amplify G.A.Z.A. And later on, he lost his house. 3 houses actually, because in Gaza we have extended the same building. The parents lived there, and he was displaced many places. This was in Gaza city. This shows an example of how fastness of our Palestinian people.
Yeah, you said that Amplify G.A.Z.A. to be honest, they have been helping us and showing the world kind of what it means to be resilient and to be steadfast. Thank you for sharing, and I think you've probably got, you mentioned family, but I think you've probably got 100 other stories to tell. The supergroup that we never heard of, I don't know, do you guys have a name?
Not yet.
Okay, well think of a name for you till the end, yeah. But the group that we never heard of, they spoke about, British militarism and imperialism and colonialism, and I guess, how do you see that, I mean, how can I ask this in a not obvious way?
2 seconds. I would love to thank the artists, the musicians, and everybody who took part. No, and I will remind you all that your voices are here.
For example, the Vice Chancellor of John Moores University has stated that John Moores has divested from Barclays. We hope we can spread this to other universities who have been linked to Barclays and other unethical companies.
Church spies, kill, here come the bombers, all melt away. The vapor trail up in the sky, praise our bomb, the leaders cry. And if one should fall on that day, like they fear what man, sing, sing, sing a song down the line. They will not take our loved ones this time. Sing, sing, sing as loud as you can. Don't let them go into that immigration ban. Sing, sing, sing a song down the line. They will not take our loved ones this time.
Good evening. Testing. Let me say right away, Israeli genocide? No way! As the saying goes, G.A.Z.A. Yes. So please, no idle chatter with the G word. Yes, madam, I mean you there in the second row. I know this is radio, but I can still see. Rather like the African Wasta, likes to monocles and double-waisted jackets, and it is high time that these things were recognized as protected cultural characteristics. To argue otherwise would be, frankly, racist. And any pleb who
mentioned, which tickets are still available in the foyer, I believe it is. Can somebody give me a yes or a no? Yes, that's a yes. Hot dogs are not available because we've got our hygiene rating, which is a minus number. So, folks wanted to say that hot dogs are available in the foyer. Used to love them pictures. Shut now. It's gone. No, the building's still there. Nothing in it. Wasted. Not even a bingo hall. Anyway, listen. So, just stop sitting around. Stop it. Listen, that's not scripted. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Georgina Ascot.
Alex, who 2 hours ago told me he couldn't make it because he's not well. So I just had to change my plans, my musical plans. And so what can I say?
caught in the sights of the awful plain that bombs the streets of Gaza. This is the doctor who treats the pain of the girl in the sights of the awful plain that bombs the streets of Gaza. This is the soldier, all profane, who tortures the doctor for treating the pain of the girl in the sights of the awful plain that bombs the streets of Gaza. This is the journalist who tries to explain and reports on the soldier, all profane, who tortures a doctor for treating the pain of the girl in the sights of the awful plain that bombs the streets of Gaza. This is the sniper hiding in the lane, who shoots the journalist in the brain for reporting on the soldier, all profane, who tortures the doctor for treating the...
Hey, are you a vegetarian now? I didn't know, I'm so sorry. Did you kill this kid?
No! Is that what this is about? It's just innocent Arab kid that got killed in the Israeli war. They started selling them by the pound at Costco recently.
You mean the genocide in Gaza?
Oh, here we go.
Can we please not get all political at the same
Yes, yes, no politics, please. We're all here as a family together. Let's try and have a nice time, eh?
Politics? I'm staring at a dead Palestinian kid right in front of me, and it's freaking me out. How the fuck is that political?
I mean, calling it a genocide, Sue.
Look. We could sit here arguing about whether Israel has a right to defend itself and whether Jews have a right to live in their own country. Or we could all just take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy this delicious meal that your grandmother has spent hours in the kitchen preparing. Now, shall I be mother?
I swear to God, if any of you so much as touches that kid, I will never speak to you again for the rest of my life.
Fuck's sake.
Come! God, Susan, you always have to be such a hysterical drama queen.
It's a victim of a genocide. You want to eat a human child that was killed in a genocide.
You say it's a genocide victim. I say it's dinner. But nobody can be right except you, right, Sue? Only Saint Susan gets to decide which opinions are valid.
I just think we need to respect everyone's different political opinions. I mean, we can't always agree on everything. I mean, it's a complicated issue. So who's to say who's right?
This isn't political. How can none of you see that? There's a dead kid on the dinner table. A dead kid!
And Susan, I agree with her. And I wasn't going to say anything, but some of the stuff you've been posting online about the war has been actually problematic and anti-Semitic and, to tell you the truth, absolutely fascistic.
All right. Now, what did we just say about politics at the dinner table? Look. You must... What's the line? I can't remember the
Is that
line.
what we can talk about?
Yes, we can talk about Israel. No, we've done that one.
Have we?
Yes.
Oh, fuck your feelings!
Oh, well, dinner's ruined that. Come on, go for McDonald's. Thanks a lot, Sue.
Thanks a lot.
Susan! One of these days, you're going to have to realise that other people have feelings too. And that we all deserve to be treated as human beings, just like you do.
You just have to learn to have a little bit of compassion, Susan. I suppose we could use the leftovers for sandwiches later.
The colour of your skin, our feelings, the colour of our clothes, the deodorant, the lipstick and face powder that I have kept for 9 months without using. I keep it only to remind myself that I am a woman, a female. We turn back and forth, removing the tent from one corner to another, as if we were snacks in hot oil. The sweat covers our faces, arms, necks, all of our bodies, destroying our hair, the pores of our skin.
The testimony by Akram Sourani, a writer in Gaza, 15th of July 2024.
Huge numbers of martyrs, body parts in the trees. What is left of my mind can barely follow and bear the news. My heart is with my son Khaled, diagnosed with hepatitis. The name of this disease used to be enough to spread panic at home among my whole family, but with this judgment day in Gaza, it has become a little thing. After war, nothing scares us. We injected the needed medication through Khaled's veins inside the tent.
September 2024. Since 1967, Israel has occupied East Jerusalem, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip, and since then they have controlled our lives, the life of another people, another nation, the Palestinians. And since then, Israel allows or doesn't allow.
They control not only our lives, but our resources and our borders. They decide what enters our territories and what goes out. They decide what quantity of water we can use from our water resources. They decide what type of food and goods we can import or export. And they decide from whom we can export or to whom we can export.
They decide what factories we can build and what we can. But I just want to say thank you to all the artists today who've shared. It's been really, really moving. And for the first time in my life, I've been completely unprepared. I had no idea what I was going to say when I got here. But through everybody else's work, I know exactly what I'm going to say. So I am shaving my head. I raised £700 so far. And my donation page is still open if anyone wants to add. That would be lovely.
What's your donation page?
It's on Just Giving. You'll find it on the G.A.Z.A Nights, G.A.Z.A Nights 3, Instagram and Facebook.
Thank you.
3 words came to my mind as I was watching everything this evening, and dedication was one of them, defiance was another, and demonstration. And with those 3 things, I promise it's not a Tory slogan. I dedicate what I'm about to do to my first Palestinian friend, Diana, who is on Get Television, a beautiful girl that I studied with in Glasgow, who very gladly is safe, but is obviously watching on, horrified, devastated, as we all are. She was the first person to really introduce me to what actually were the facts about the ongoing situation, and I am ever grateful for that and for this opportunity to make this gesture. And I'm going to move on, get on with cutting, and the next part is demonstration. And the whole thing is an act of defiance. Seems quite a defiant thing as a woman to cut all your hair off, which I'm happy to do.
So anybody who's a trained hairdresser or barber?
I am a trained hairdresser.
Well, we'll let you get the first cut in then.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. The hair itself is going to be donated to the Little Princess Trust.
actually...
Palestinian bully protesters are a threat to democracy.
Said Keir, thrusting his jaw forward manfully.
Anti-Semitic, the lot of them.
Said Wes, a tear in his eye. Suddenly, a skeletal young girl approached them with hands outstretched, urgently speaking to them in Arabic. The two ignored them.
What do you mean?
The idea of a ceasefire made Wes feel sad. Beads of sweat appeared on his face.
No, that's not what I meant at all, Wes.
He stammered.
Of course. Anything necessary. Stopping food, water, absolutely anything. Israel has an absolute right to do anything it wants. Absolutely anything. Sausages!
Burbled Keir. Wes paused for a moment and sighed sadly.
There were terrible scenes in Ukraine yesterday.
Yes, Vladimir is just a baddie all the time. That assassination attempt on poor Donald.
Added Keir, disentangling his foot from a dead ambulance worker's intestine.
Poor Donald, his ear was literally bleeding.
Carrying 2 plastic bags full of body parts.
Yes, and this is going to be just a horrible presidential race. But whoever wins...
Keir exclaimed with passion.
I promise to preserve our special... thingy thing.
Yes, here. With 6 months of campaigning, the US election is going to be the only thing on the news.
Said Wes, wearily averting his gaze from a child's arm sticking out of the rubble.
Yes, but it's not as if there's anything else to report on, is there?
Said Keir.
It's not as if there's anything else going on in the world, is there, Wes?
Wes shook his head and the 2 men walked on.
barely talking. To be honest, we did not like him, really. The opposite of my grandmother, who was a very caring person, smiling, showing love, and talking a lot. Mostly, she talked about her life before 1948 in Al-Wajdal, so-called Ashkelon today.
One summer afternoon, Grandfather carefully took a very old leather bag out of the closet and started to take things out of it. There were several papers, some old, almost yellow, filled with writing, with stamps on the bottom of each page.
He put all the papers, he took out this large old key. He held the key in his hand and he closed his eyes. And from his eyes, I could see tears.
My grandfather is crying. This frightening, serious man is crying.
Suddenly, Grandmother entered the room, shouting at him.
Just stop! It is not good for anyone. It is not good for you. It is not good for me. Throw the key away. We will never go back. Do you understand? We will never go back.
She said these last words, then fell into a deep wail, like a hungry baby. Grandfather held her hand, pulled her towards him, hugged her. They were both crying.
In 1948, my grandparents ran away from Al-Wajdal with the arrival of the Jewish Haganah and Stern gangs. who committed massacres in many, many villages.
Almost 1 million Palestinians were expelled and forcibly moved out of their lands and homes to become refugees in Gaza and elsewhere.
My grandfather took refuge with his family in Gaza, holding on to his documents and his key, hoping until his last breath of life to go back. He did not.
Palestinians forced to leave their homes in 1948 waited. Before they died, they handed over their documents and their keys to their sons, and then their sons to their grandsons. And still they keep hoping.
Today I am in Egypt, 500 kilometres away from my home. When I left Gaza, I left with very little apart from some clothes, and guess what else?
The key to my home. This is what I have today. Only a key, holding inside all the hope to go back.
After 12 months away from Gaza, my home seems very, very far away. Am I going to wait another 80 years like my grandfather to go home? Am I going to lose the ability to smile? And are my grandchildren going to grow to dislike me?
Forgive me, Grandpa. I am sorry. I was young. I did not understand. I love you.
Next one, I'm going to go to this man who's clearly sexually maneuver. Yes, there we are. There's a good man. There we are. It's another yellow trimming, and we have a 306. 306. Oh, there we are. We have a winner here. Well done. Round of applause. Not too much, eh? Right, here we go. You can choose a prize. You can choose a prize here. I'm going to go up there. You look a bit like Bob Mark. You one of my guys. Sorry, I didn't mean that, Bob, wherever you are. There you go. Right, and the green one, and it's 165. 165. Would you verify that for me, John? Because I know you got it. Perfect, nice. Yeah, that's 165. There we go. Thank you. It is in mustard. Yellow, I don't know. I'm probably blind. It's not verified. Oh look, it's another yellow border. The number is 413. That's me. That's what? Deborah. Absolute shite, Love you. There's 4 ones. Right. You pick them over? That's all right. That's all right. Can I actually, is there how many prizes have we got left? 3 left. 3 left. It's another yellow ticket, and that's 388. 388. Well, just pass it down the road. 388. 388. That's good. I trust you. I'm a trusting fool. That's what I know. Oh, that was a second last one. Oh, look, it's another yellow border one. It's 363.
Oh, this is the last prize, which is the original by John Johnson.
363.
Solidarity for the people of Liverpool to stand together with the people of Palestine.
It is not about football. And I would like you all to join in. Because every one of you in this room, as Karen has said many times, are on the right side of history. Everyone here all stands together. There should be more of us on our marches on Sundays. There should be more of us angry and shouting. But I hope you all sing along because it does get high. you, John. Your partner's a proper bit of blue. If he stays in the room, you should all put more money in. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. It's from Carousel, it's not football. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a love. Now this is where it gets high, so join in with me. Sing it lower. Oh, come through the wind. Oh, come through the rain. The world brings its arms and one more time, come on, let's raise the roof. We'll sing it low now. And walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll